Besides, here in today's video we're gonna learn synergy on bot lane. So basically in the champion select, your support is gonna pick a pick, your support is gonna take a champion. What is the best champion that you can play with that support? And of course, if the enemy support picks that specific champion, what is the best champion to pick against that champion? We're gonna go very in depth also on AD carry, drafting. It's gonna be a very good video if you wanna learn drafting and how to actually maximize your power inside of the champion select. So let's get right into it. So first support is Alistar. If you see Alistar, any long range is really good. Like Xayah is very good. I would pick Xayah for sure. I mean, she's very nice into Ali, but personally I liked it when they have more champions that are melee, so I can justify the pick of Xayah, because even if I pick Xayah into Alistar but they have Cassiopeia, Azir, stuff like that I can't really hit, it's gonna be a bit doomed. So Xayah is okay if they have more melees. Aphelios is kind of, I mean, is decent. He's not the best. He has a bit of range. Like he has a reasonable range, you know. It's nothing crazy. I wouldn't say it's anything crazy for sure. It's okay, you know, to pick him, but definitely not better than Xayah. Vayne is absolutely insane against Alistar. Free lane, he can't combo you. You're countering him in later stages. Zeri is okay because you have the escape. Anything that can kite him has a lot of range or has a dash, like Lucian is super good. Ezreal is okay. You're gonna have problems in late game because he's super tanky, but early game you should be fine. Draven is okay because you have your E, but of course Draven into like Alistar, Nautilus, Blitz. If Alistar is a good Alistar, then he has an edge. But I think it's okay. It's like B tier, like it's A tier against Ali. Okay, don't pick Ashe. Caitlyn is okay because you have your E, you have the traps, that's fine. Jean is not the best, but not the worst because you can get swiftness, so you can actually counter the guy. Jinx, I wouldn't pick Jinx. I mean, Jinx into Alistar is playable, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, Jinx into Blitz, Alistar, Nautilus is avoidable. Kai'Sa, I wouldn't pick it because you have to go in as Kai'Sa, you have to ulti in, do your stuff, and Alistar counters that. Kalista, I wouldn't pick into Kalista into Alistar. Kog'Maw, don't pick that. Lucian is okay. Miss Fortune is okay, it's reasonable. I mean, okay, you're not really gonna have, like, in the lane he can catch you, but you have good movement speed, so it's iffy. It's 50-50, and then later stages your ulti is kind of useless against Alistar. I think it's okay as a pick if you have nothing else. Better than Kog'Maw for sure, but worse than like Lucian. Nila is okay because you have your W. Samira, I wouldn't, like, it's okay, but not, I wouldn't recommend Nila and Samira because he has so much disengage on Alistar. Sivir is not good against Alistar. Tristana is very good against Alistar because you can buffer your W and he can combo. Twitch is avoidable, but Twitch is SoloQ, you can blind pick him. Varus is always good because you have a lot of range. Vayne is really good, Xayah is really good, Zeri is really good. So with Alistar, if you have him in your team, then what do you pick with him? I mean, Aphelios works with kind of every support, whether you pick enchanters or melee champions. So Aphelios is okay, Ashe is fine, with engaged champions. Caitlyn is okay, Draven is really good, Ezreal is pretty okay, Jean is okay, Jinx is okay, but Jinx prefers Lulu, Millio or Thresh because these champions can easily either peel her well or just make sure they pull the enemies into her traps. Kai'Sa Alistar is really good, Kalista Alistar is really good, Kog'Maw Alistar I wouldn't recommend it, it's decent-ish, but I would recommend it. Lucian Alistar is okay, worse than Nami, Lucian, worse than Thresh, okay, I wouldn't say it's bad. MF Alistar is fine, worse than MF Nautilus, but still good. Nila with Alistar is okay, Samira Alistar is okay, worse than Rel, worse than Rel Samira, and worse than Nautilus Samira, but still okay. Sivir with Ali, okay, you know, Alistar can peel her, she doesn't really have much damage when it comes to all-in, but it works. Tristana Alistar is really good, Twitch Alistar is okay. Varus Alistar is, I would not pick that. I mean, Varus, you can go Comet and you can play with Karma, or if you really want to go on hit, you could play with Alistar, but I wouldn't really recommend him. It's okay. Vayne Alistar is okay. Of course, it depends a lot on what they pick as well. Xayah Alistar is fine. You have a lot of engage and disengage, and Zeri Alistar is okay. So yeah, that's about Alistar. Okay, Ashe support, I wouldn't really say you play a lot against Ashe support. I mean, if you have Ashe support in the enemy, you should just pick something that can melt her, like Aphelios. I wouldn't pick it because you're gonna get pushed in. Jinx, I wouldn't pick it. Nila, I wouldn't pick it. Vayne, I wouldn't pick it. Anything that gets pushed in, I wouldn't pick it. Xayah, Zeri, Samira, Kai'Sa, I wouldn't pick it. Caitlyn is really good because you can push into her and she can't do much. Varus is really good, long range, super good. Don't pick Kalista. Don't pick Kog'Maw. Though, and Draven is okay if you have like an engaged support and you can punish the Ashe. That's really the concept. Ezreal is really good. Jhin is really good because you can contest the push, and even MF can work. With MF support, if you have MF support, I would say that you should pick Varus is really good. Anything long range that can poke with her. Jhin is really good. Ezreal is really good. Aphelios is decent. I mean, okay, not good, but I mean, he can work. And then other than that, I wouldn't really recommend anything else with Ashe. Okay, with Bard, if you see Bard in enemy team, you can pretty much pick everything. You can pick Vayne if you want, then you can scale because Bard is weak in lane. Zai is fine. I mean, I wouldn't really pick her unless like the other champions are like really good, really bad into Zaya. You can pick Zeri if you want to scale. You can pick basically everything into Bard. You know, it's like if you can have, so you can just have an approach like this. And you can pick Jinx or Vayne, then you can be like, okay, I'm gonna outscale him, which is good, which is fine. Or you can have an approach where I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. I'm gonna pick Alistar or like, you know, Draven, which is okay as well. So if you have Bard, run, dodge. Don't pick Vayne, don't pick Zaya, don't pick any reliant AD carry, Twitch. Pick something self-reliant, maybe Caitlyn. Draven is reasonable because you can kind of 1v2, but he works much better with other supports. Ezreal is really good because you're safe. Jhin is very good with Bard, probably the best champion in the game. Varus is really good with Bard because he can play by himself. Sivir, perma push, play safe, pretty good with Bard. Yeah, MF maybe, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend Samira, Nila. I wouldn't really recommend these champions into Bard for sure.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Vizai.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
Sure, Blitzcrank. If you play against Blitzcrank, he's very OP. Aphelios is okay, Ashe is horrible, Caitlyn is okay, Draven is okay, but I mean, there is no really good matchup. I mean, I guess you can pick Sivir, you know, and Tristana is really good into Blitz because you can buffer your W. Varus is okay. Don't pick Twitch. Vayne is playable, but it depends because if you play Vayne against Draven Blitz, it's over. If you play Blitz against Blitzcrank Twitch, you can pick Vayne. So it depends. But I would say the worst pick against Blitz are Ashe, for sure, Jinx, Twitch, and probably Kog'Maw. And the best picks are Ezreal. You can pick Caitlyn, Lucian, Varus. You have a lot of range. This guy has a dash. Samira, you pick it, but it depends on your support. Zai is okay, but not recommendable. And Vayne is reasonable. Kaisa is okay as well. Like, there is no good pick into Blitzcrank. There are just okay picks. If you have Blitzcrank, honestly, you can play Zeri. I mean, you're okay in all-ins. Not the best, but okay. Like, the worst champion with Blitzcrank are like Zeri, Zaya, I mean, anything is good with Blitz. Like, okay, don't pick Kog'Maw with Blitz because he doesn't have much peel. Twitch is okay with Blitz, but not so good. Kog'Maw is not so good. MF is okay. Ezra is okay. Jhin is decent, but not better than Draven. Jhin is like, he only has like specific shots, right? He has like 4 shots, that's all. So best is MF, Lucian, Draven, anything that can all in really hard. Maybe Samira, but I'd prefer Nautilus or Relus Samira, or maybe even Alistar. Tristana, Blitzcrank is good. So yeah, with Blitzcrank, if you have a Blitzcrank, just pick something that can all in. Don't pick like Sivir. And I wouldn't pick Zeri to just push the lane and do nothing, you know, to let him roam. I would pick something that can win the lane with. Okay, if they have Brand, honestly, I mean, Don't pick Vayne, you're gonna get pushed in, you're gonna lose. Xayah, wouldn't pick it. Zeri is okay because you have a dash, Varus has a lot of range. Twitch is, I mean, for SoloQ is fine, but I wouldn't recommend it against Brand because he's like quite aggressive, and if you get pushed in against like a Caitlyn Brand, it's like kind of bad. So yeah, definitely Varus is okay. Tristana, I don't pick it, you're gonna get pushed in. Sivir is fine. Samira only with engaged support. Nila, don't pick into Brand, but it can be fine. Jinx into Brand is kind of bad, I wouldn't pick it. Kai'Sa as well. Lucian is fine. MF is fine. She has movement speed. Jhin is fine. Ezreal is fine. Draven is kind of bad, but it's playable because you get cleanse. Caitlyn has a lot of range, so you can play against Brand. Ashe is really good into Brand because not only that you have a lot of range, but also the Brandinovich will, yeah, he will get ulti in the face if you play against him. With Brand, I would pick any long range champion. Like Aphelios is okay. Ashe is really good, long range. Caitlyn is really good, Varus is really good, Ezreal is really good, Jhin is really good. Don't pick Jinx, Kai'Sa, don't pick Alistar, don't pick Kog'Maw, Lucian, MF is fine. Twitch I wouldn't recommend, Tristana I wouldn't recommend, Sivir I wouldn't recommend. Anything long range that can push and poke. Easy. Okay, Braum. Okay, Braum is like Bard, you know, he doesn't do much in the lane. He just plays safe, has the E, you usually play this champion to neutralize the lane. It's like, you know, you play Karma mid. It's like you're not playing Karma mid to win. So you can pick anything in the Braum, really. But the best pick, I think, is something that scales. Like Enchanter support and Vayne best. Because Braum can't kill you in the lane unless you're like stepping up aggressively, like badly. So I would say that most of the cases you can pick anything that you like anything that can win against him. Or if you really want to be like, okay, I'm gonna pick Samira and I'm gonna try to kill him, I would recommend this approach with Samira Nautilus because Braum is like really good if champions go into him. So I would avoid Tristana, Samira, and champions that are reliant on let me engage kind of thing. Yeah, I would avoid that, but other than that, it's fine. And Braum, I mean, don't pick champions that are like useless and can't proc his passive. Like Zeri is decent, Vayne is pretty okay as long as you have a good matchup. Varus is okay, you can even go on hit. I would recommend it to Hello Blades with Braum. Tristana is okay, Sivir is okay, Samira is not so good, Naila is not so good, MF is okay, Lucian is really good, Kog'Maw is okay, Kalista is okay, Kai'Sa is fine, but I wouldn't recommend her. Jinx is really good, Jhin is kind of bad, it's kind of useless, Ezreal is really good, Draven is okay, Caitlyn is okay, Ashe is okay, and Aphelios is okay. Most of the champions are okay, but I would say the best with Braum are Draven, actually probably Ezreal, Lucian, Varus, Trist, and maybe Vayne. But of course it depends a lot on like what they pick as well. Okay, Heimerdinger, no one plays this champion, so whatever. Okay, so first champion, Karma. So what do you pick against Karma? I mean, don't pick something that if you get pushed in you lose. Like I wouldn't recommend like Vayne or Xayah or even Tristana, but I guess with Tristana if you have melee support and you can punish, you can pick it. So yeah, don't pick champions that if you know you're gonna get pushed in, you're gonna lose, you know. You can pick Aphelios, you can pick Ashe, Caitlyn, Draven, Ezreal, like literally you can pick anything. It just depends a lot on the enemy AD carry as well, because if they have like Twitch Karma, you can literally pick anything, even Vayne. Because the Karma Twitch is not really strong, but if you pick like Caitlyn Karma, you should really be very scared. So against Karma, just pick something that you can kill her in the lane, like Samira Nautilus, or just pick something that you know that if you get pushed in, you're still safe, like Ashe, Varus. You're okay. Any AD carry works into this champion. And if you have her, just pick something that you can play around her. Varus with Comet maybe. MF is fine because you can poke and push. It's okay, but Caitlyn, Varus, Jhin, Ashe, they are kind of the best champions with Karma, and maybe Sivir if you want to go for like push kind of style. So that's what I would say. With against Leona, it's really easy. I mean, you can pick almost any AD carry with cleanse. I mean, I wouldn't pick Ashe, and Aphelios is fine if you play him good. Caitlyn is okay with cleanse. Draven is okay with cleanse. Ezreal is really good. Jhin is really okay. Jinx is okay with cleanses, but I wouldn't recommend Jinx. Kai'Sa is fine with cleanse. Kalista is very okay with cleanse. And then Kog'Maw, don't pick Kog'Maw. Lucian good, MF good, Varus good, Twitch I wouldn't recommend it, but if you take cleanse it's playable. Thing is, Leona is very counterable about like from what Thresh, Braum, Morgana, Janna, Millio, Alistar. Like there are so many counters to Leona. That's why I don't like personally like her. I mean, if you play against her, just play something that you know you're gonna survive. Like I wouldn't recommend like Vayne or something like super volatile in the early games. And yeah, personally, if they pick Leona, I don't pick Ashe. I don't pick Aphelios. Caitlyn can be good because you have a little bit of a dash. Draven, if you're really good on Draven, you can. Ezreal is very good. Jhin is okay with swiftness boost first. Jinx, I wouldn't pick. Kai'Sa, if I have Nautilus support, maybe I pick it. Kalista is really good. If you're really good on Kalista, like with Cleanse, she's okay. And then Kog'Maw, Lucian, MF. Kog'Maw, don't pick Kog'Maw. Just don't pick Kog'Maw. Lucian is fine. MF is okay. Nila is fine. Samira is... I wouldn't pick Samira into Leona. She's very good into Samira. Sivir is good. Tristana is good. Twitch is... I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. If you're really good on Twitch, Varus is really good. You have a lot of range. Vayne is alright with Cleanse. You have also Condemn, so you can condemn her as she's Eing into you, so you can interrupt her E. There's that. And then Xayah, Zeri is... Yeah, I mean... It's okay. They're okay. And then, yeah, if you have Leona, play something. Don't play Vayne. Don't play Xayah. Don't play Zeri. Don't play Varus. Don't play Twitch. Play Tristana. Play Samira. Play something that you can... Even Kai'Sa is good. Lucian, MF, very good. Draven, good. Ezreal, alright. Like something that you can all in, you know? That's what you need against Leona. Okay, Lulu. So what do we have with Lulu here? Okay, so if you have enemies Lulu, what do you pick? I mean, again, same approach, right? You can pick Tristana with Nautilus and you can play to win, to like kill her like 10 times, or you can just play to scale and you can pick Jinx and you can scale. It's just the same. You can pick almost any champion with those two approaches. You choose, you see what support you have and you try to adapt. And if you have Lulu, hyper carries. Aphelios is fine, Ashe is okay, depending on the enemy support, of course. Caitlyn, I wouldn't recommend it with the first strike build. Lulu, Caitlyn is not so strong. Draven, Caitlyn, I wouldn't recommend it. Ezreal, Lulu is not so good. Jhin, Lulu is not so good. Jinx is very good. Kai'Sa is reasonable, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend Kalista. Kog'Maw is okay, depending on the enemy support. MF, I would recommend it. Lucian, I would recommend it. Nila, Samira, I would recommend it. Sivir is okay. Tristana is okay. Twitch is okay. Varus is okay. On hit, Vayne is okay. And Xayah, Zeri, Lulu is really good. And then Xayah is okay. That's what I would do to Lulu. Against a Lux, what do you do against a Lux? I mean, I wouldn't pick like Vayne and Ashe and like champions that if I get pushed in, I lose. It's the same concept, right? Like I wouldn't pick Vayne, even Xayah, Nila, Samira, Ashe. I wouldn't pick these champions. Kog'Maw. Something that is volatile. I get pushed in, I lose. I don't have a dash. I don't think I pick it. You can go for Tristana because even though you're getting pushed in and you might like lose a lot, if you actually get openings and you have like a engaged support and you jump in against a Lux, it's okay. You can kill her. But if they pick Lux, I'll probably pick something like Ashe. Personally, because I know that I'm really good at dodging the E and the Q of her. I will definitely take Cleanse, and then if I have ultimate, every single time she has no flash, she's dead. So I'm very confident, but I wouldn't say it's particularly good champ. I think it's just confident to pick. Long range like Caitlyn, Varus, they do very well. I would recommend Vayne. I wouldn't recommend Xayah, even though it could be picked into Lux, depending on the whole composition. Nila is okay if you have like an engaged support. Samira with Nautilus can be good against the Lux. And then Twitch, I wouldn't pick it, but if you have like a Nautilus or like a Lulu, I wouldn't pick it. You can get away with murder, but I wouldn't pick it. Lucian is really good. MF is very nice. You can one-shot her with the ulti. Kog'Maw, don't pick. Kalista is very good. Kai'Sa with engaged support. Jinx, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you have a Lulu, you can get away with murder. Draven is alright. If you're really good on Draven, you can get away with murder. Ezreal is very good and Jhin is very good. Yeah, and if you have Lux, then pick something that you're good with Lux. You know, what is good with Lux? Any long range that can poke. Ashe, Caitlyn, Varus, Ezreal, Jhin, pretty good. You can even go for something like Tristana, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, let's see. What else is here? Millio, okay. Same thing. With Millio, you can play to win or you can play to scale. Like you can pick Kai'Sa, Nautilus, anything that wins, or you can just play scaling like Vayne, because he's kind of weak in the lane. I mean, he's strong if the enemy AD carry is like a Jinx and she can poke you. But realistically speaking, yeah, you can play around it. You can pick almost anything depending on your support. So again, just pick your poison, you know, just do you play to scale or do you play to win? If it was me and I see this, probably play like Ashe Nautilus or something, or like Varus Nautilus or something, and I just try to win. But yeah, if you have Millio, then you can pick Ashe, pretty good. Caitlyn, pretty good. You can pick Jinx, really good. Lucian, pretty good. And I would say those are champions. Maybe Zeri. I wouldn't recommend Vayne or like other champions. Aphelios could be an option, but yeah, those champions are probably the best with Millio, I think. Okay, Morgana. I mean, she's not really played much, but yeah, if you see Morgana, just don't pick something that you're like gonna get binded and die. Like Vayne has a tumble, she's good, but if they push you, if they're like Caitlyn, Morgana is kind of bad. I'll play something safe, like even Ashe is okay with Cleanse because you have ulti. Varus is probably the best pick. Tristana could be good. Vayne is alright. Ezreal is really good. Jhin is really good because you have swiftness and you can push her, outpush her. Sivir is really good. So yeah, and with Morgana, what do you pick? You can pick Caitlyn, and I mean, any long-range champion is very okay with Morgana, but yeah, she's not really meta right now. Against Nami, same thing. You can play to win against her with Nautilus, Kai'Sa, or Samira, Nautilus, Kalista, whatever, or you can play just scaling with Vayne. It's just be careful because if they have Lucian, Nami, this is a very strong lane, so I wouldn't pick Vayne, of course, or like a volatile champion. And if you have Nami, then Ezreal is very good. Nami, Ashe is okay. I wouldn't pick Caitlyn. Draven is alright. Lucian is really good. MF is okay. Varus is bad. Twitch is kind of bad. Kalista, Kog'Maw don't pick. Kai'Sa, Jinx pretty bad. Nila, Samira pretty bad. Sivir is can work. Tristana can work. Twitch kind of bad. Varus kind of bad. Vayne can work. But these champions I think are best with Nami. That's what I personally think. Against Nautilus. What do you pick against Nautilus? Ezreal, Jhin, Varus, MF, Lucian. You could go for Caitlyn, you could go for Vayne, you could go for Xayah. It really depends on support, but I wouldn't pick Vayne into Nautilus because I'm gonna get pranked. And even Xayah is like, until level 6 I'm gonna get farmed. Caitlyn is still bad. I mean, I pick Blitz, I pick Caitlyn, I pick Nautilus, you pick Caitlyn, it's bad. But it's like, no matter what you pick, it's bad. Like Lucian is really good. MF, he has movement speed, it's fine. Caitlyn has kind of a dash, it's okay. Varus has a lot of range. Jhin has a lot of swiftness and movement speed. Ezra is really good. Tristana is very good because she can just buffer the W. Of course, Sivir can be picked into Nautilus. It just really depends what you play. I wouldn't pick Draven, Ashe, stuff like that. What you pick with him. I mean, you can pick any champion with Nautilus. Pick Vayne Nautilus is fine. Xayah Nautilus is fine. Samira Nautilus is really good. Sivir Nautilus is okay. Tristana Nautilus is really good. Twitch Nautilus is okay. Varus Nautilus is reasonable. Ashe Nautilus is fine. Caitlyn Nautilus is fine. Draven Nautilus is really good. Ezra Nautilus, like you can pick anything. The best I would say is the very heavy AD damage champs like Draven, Lucian, Tristana. I don't pick Jinx. Maybe Kai'Sa. Yeah, Kai'Sa is really good. I don't pick Jhin. Like there are some specific champions that are better. MF is really good at Nautilus. Samira, of course. Tristana, yeah. You have like this, you have the styles. Okay, Neeko, I mean, no one plays Neeko in Willow, Pantheon. Against Neeko, just make sure you don't play like something that same thing. Like if you get pushed in by Neeko and she can hit the roots on you, you're gonna be doomed. So don't pick like Vayne or something like volatile. It's still a range support. She can poke you a lot with the Q and the Comet. And then if you have her, just pick anything that is like long range. Caitlyn, Varus, Ezreal, it's fine. Pantheon, against Pantheon, don't pick volatile champs like Vayne. I wouldn't pick champions like Vayne. Pantheon. Okay, so let me think. So the worst picks against Pantheon are Vayne, Twitch, Kog'Maw. Even Kai'Sa is bad, but if you have a Nautilus, it can be good. Jinx for sure, like something like Immobile. And then the champions that can work. Tristana is like really good. Okay, Aphelios is okay. Ashe is kind of bad. Caitlyn is okay. It's kind of in the same boat. Like if you play it good and you respect the range, you're fine. Draven is okay. If you use your E against Pantheon, you should be fine. I mean, it's not the easiest matchup, but I wouldn't say it's the hardest. I think it's fine. It's like if you play it right with the E, you should never be able to go in. Jhin is fine, you get swiftness, you should be okay. Kalista is, I mean, you get cleanse, it's okay. Lucian is really good. MF is fine, lots of movement speed. Nila Samira is okay. I mean, yeah, it's kind of annoying if you play Samira and Nila against that champ, but it's okay. I think it's okay. Sivir is really good. Into that guy, Tristana into Pantheon is really good. Varus into Pantheon is really good. Xayah can work very well as well. Yeah, and if you have Pantheon, just pick something engage. Don't pick Aphelios, Ashe, Caitlyn, Ezreal, Jhin. Pick something Draven, Kalista, Lucian. Even Kai'Sa can work, you know. Tristana, Samira, even Nila. You know, something that can follow up his engage and he can just play super aggressive. That's how I personally see it. Okay, Pyke. Then we have Rakan, Renata. Like no one plays Renata in Elo. Okay, so with Pyke, what are the best champions with Pyke? Aphelios, okay. Ashe, okay. Caitlyn, okay, but kind of mediocre, you know, all of them. It's like it's not the worst, but not the best. Draven really good. Ezreal, okay. Jhin, I wouldn't recommend it. Jinx, I wouldn't recommend it. Kai'Sa is okay. Kalista is really good. Kog'Maw, no. Lucian, very good. MF, really good. Varus can work, but I wouldn't recommend it. Twitch can work, I wouldn't recommend it. Tristana, really good. Sivir, okay. You can just leave Pyke to roam. Samira, pretty okay. Nila, okay. Vayne, reasonable. Like Vayne has pretty good lane. Like if she doesn't need the wave clear, like if she gets pushed in and the enemies can expose the the lack of wave clear that she has, I would say that it's I wouldn't pick Vayne with Pyke. Yeah, and Xayah is reasonable, Zeri is reasonable, but yeah, the champions that are like really all leaning is like those are the best. Rakan, what do you pick against Rakan? I mean, he's a champion that has engaged, but if you pick Jinx, you can get away with murder. If you pick Vayne, you can get away with murder. If you pick Ashe, you can get away with murder. It's like, it's so tunneled, the engage of Rakan, and it's kind of easy to like predict it. It's like, depending on your support, you can pick anything. If it was me against Rakan, I'll pick like Varus, so I can ulti him, he can't do anything. I also have a lot of range, Ezreal or Jhin, but things like Draven can work as well, even Ashe. Even Vayne, you know, have Condemn, he can't really do anything to your tumble. I mean, there is so much against Rakan. And then if you have Rakan, pick something that has okay lane in there, so all in. Don't pick Vayne. You're gonna get pushed in and you don't have any synergy. Xayah, of course, is like really good. Ashe can work, Aphelios can work, Caitlyn can work. It's fine. I mean, it's not great synergy, but really the reason why you're picking Rakan is for the later stages. You're not really picking Rakan because you want to win the lane. So yeah, just pick your poison. Just make sure, based on the enemy matchup, make sure you're not like hard losing the lane. You know, if you have Caitlyn, Morgana, and you pick Vayne, it's kind of bad. So I would say that just pick a champion that is like depending on enemy comp. Okay, and then here we have Rel, Renata, Senna, Seraphim, Vel'Koz, Thresh. Okay, so I guess the rest we can just do fast. Like Rel, I would pick any engaged champions on AD carry, Lucian, Tristana, Draven, Samira, really good with her. She can work with Vayne and other things like Ashe, but I wouldn't recommend it. And if you see Rel in the enemy, you can pick something long range like Varus, really good. Lucian, something with dash like Ezreal Lucian, but or something like Caitlyn Varus that can outrange a lot. Even Xayah can work really well. And then yeah, if you have her, just any engaged champion really. Like if you have Renata, I think Kalista, Kai'Sa, Tristana, like something that goes in, that wants to go face to face, toe to toe. It's good with Renata, and against Renata you can pick anything depending on your support and enemy. Like this is not a champion that you can even pick Vayne. It really depends on the support that you have. Senna, don't pick Vayne, don't pick Tristana, don't pick champs that you know, get pushed in and lose. I mean, I guess you can pick Tristana if you have like Nautilus or something, but yeah, against Senna I would personally play Ashe, Kate, something long range. But if you're confident that you have like an engaged support and you play Draven or Tristana or Lucian, it can work super well as well. So I wouldn't. And if you have Senna, then just pick range. Aphelios is okay. Ashe is really good. Caitlyn is really good. Jinx, I wouldn't say. I mean, anything long range. Varus is really good. Is like pretty okay with the Senna. Seraphim, if you're in enemy, like if you have enemy Seraphim, you can pretty much, she's pretty obnoxious if she knows how to play, but I think the majority of the cases she doesn't in low elo, and she doesn't poke you. Like I think Masters is the first rank that I got punished by a good Seraphim players, but below Masters, like they're AFK. So I guess you can even pick Vayne against that, but yeah, the most optimal picks is the picks that are long range, like Ashe, Caitlyn, Ezreal, or champions that can stomp her, like Nautilus, Draven, Nautilus, Lucian, Nautilus. So you just pick your poison, you choose. And if you have Seraphim, try to make sure you don't pick Vayne or like stuff that are very reliant on support. Just pick Sivir, push the lane the whole game. Ashe, utility, Caitlyn, utility, push the lane. Don't pick Draven with Seraphim. Just pick something long range like Varus. Sona, God, I'm so tilted by this champ. Like so useless, so useless. There is no way the champion is, it's so useless. It is like literally so useless. It's so unbelievably useless. Oh, what do you do if you have Sona in enemy? I mean, you can just play Draven or something that can just stomp her really hard, no? Just really anything that can stomp her. I wouldn't go for this. I mean, you can go for this approach of I'm gonna pick Vayne and I'm gonna outscale, which I agree, but I would rather just pick something like super aggressive to stomp her. And if you have Sona in your team, just dodge. I don't know, just don't pick Vayne, don't pick like champions that are reliant on support. Pick something like self-reliant. Caitlyn, Ezreal, Jhin, they're all okay. I wouldn't just go for Jinx, or like Ashe is fine. Yeah, just don't pick Kog'Maw, don't pick like really reliant AD carries. Don't do that, don't do that to yourself. Soraka is pretty good against, if you play against her, I mean, same thing. Pick your poison. You want to play to scale and pick like Vayne or Jinx, that's okay. Or you want to play to kill her. I would play to kill her if you have an engaged support. Otherwise, if you're super confident on your pick like Vayne, it's fine. So good Sorakas can poke really well, and it's very obnoxious champion, but in 90% of the ranks where you play, realistically speaking, they won't. They will not punish you, okay? So it's very, yeah, I would say that you can pick on like everything, whatever you want, really. Whatever you want, just whatever you want. Okay, and if you have Soraka, then I would just pick something like long range, not Vayne, not Xayah. Like maybe Varus is okay, Jhin is okay, Ezreal is alright, Draven is fine if you really want to like go 1v9, but Caitlyn is really good, you guys can push together, Ashe is really good, Aphelios can work really well, and Jinx is reasonable, you guys have a bit of peel, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Swain. With Swain, I mean, if you see Swain in enemy team, I guess it depends on the AD carry, but I wouldn't really pick something that, yeah, just something that is like really weak early on, like something immobile. I think the best are like Ezreal, Jhin. I wouldn't pick Draven into Swain, even though you can win Caitlyn. Like anything long range or with dash is like fine. Or even Tristana if you want to like punish him really well, you know, on the laney phase. And if you have Swain, just pick something long range like Caitlyn, Varus, Ezreal is fine, Jhin even is okay. Yeah, Taric, I wouldn't play Taric unless I play with Tristana, Lucian. Don't pick with Sivir, Varus, or like stupid champions that are like, they have no dash, no way to like use the E. Kalista, Taric is really good. Jinx, Aphelios, Ashe, Caitlyn, Draven, really useless. Maybe Ezreal can work, but Lucian, Kalista, probably the best. Nila is really good. Samira can work. Tristana is really good. Yeah, I guess there are some champions with Taric that you can play. And if you play against Taric, honestly, it's so easy to play against Taric. It's like you can pick any champion, even if you play Ashe. And if you have decent mechanics, you're gonna dodge the E. And you can even play Vayne. It's so easy to dodge his E. You can scale, or you can just play Ashe or Varus, and you can still like outrange him. So yeah, you can pick anything into Taric really. Okay, Thresh. What do you pick with Thresh? Anything aggressive. Lucian, Draven, Tristana, maybe Samira. But Samira I prefer with the Rel, Nautilus and other champs. Maybe Ali. Lucian is fine. MF is fine. I mean, don't pick Jhin. I mean, it's okay. Don't pick Kai'Sa. It's okay. Jinx is really good with Thresh as well. She has a really good peel with the Lantern, but also she can flay people in the jumpers. So yeah, I'd say Thresh is super versatile. You can play with anything. And then if you play against Thresh, just don't pick Ashe, Jinx, Twitch. Just you can pick Varus because he's more range, Jhin because he goes like really fast. It goes like really fast. Swiftness boots, Ezreal is fine. I wouldn't pick Draven. But yeah, just pick your poison honestly. And then Vel'Koz, Xerath, Zilean, Zyra, they just go hand in hand really. Like just pick like something that, I guess with Zilean is like you pick Draven or you pick something like super aggressive. But if you have like again a Zyra and like all of these champions, Xerath, you just want to pick Varus with Comet, Jhin, Ezreal, something that can push and poke. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you like it and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.